Yeah. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted on YouTube, but I've been getting a lot of really amazing questions in my DMs on Instagram, and I figured why not answer these questions in a YouTube video. So the number one question I get asked a lot is about glue. What type of glue I use, what glue I recommend. So I figured why not just do a little mini series on all the glues that I've tried and some glues that I would love to try. So if you are not already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss all these awesome videos that I plan on putting out. And I hope you guys enjoy it and take away something from these videos. And I hope that I learned something from it too, because if there's something that I don't know or something that I don't use, I don't mind trying it out because I like trying out things. So definitely, I hope you guys enjoy this journey. So without further ado, let's get into it with this Bob Smith 2-part epoxy glue. Okay, so we're going to start with the Bob Smith 2-part epoxy. This is a 30-minute cure, so this is the hardener and the resin. You need both of them for it to activate, and I'll show you how to mix both of them. We're going to do it on this flat Starbucks lid. We're doing the cow print design. You're going to need, of course, your wax pencil and your rhinestone tray. You don't necessarily have to have this one. This is the Scattered Gem from the Tumblr universe. You can use just the regular triangle rhinestone tray. If you don't have that, or a silicone mat works really well too. Normally I would probably just mix the glue right on the lid, especially if this is just the one that I'm doing for today. But I'm going to use this resin tray. It's I think it's a silicone fabric. I got it from, I don't even remember the shop name, but I'll post it on here. Actually got these today, so these are the first time I'm going to try them out. So let us get into it. Let me zoom in a little, just so you could see what I'm doing. So it doesn't matter which one you start with first. I'm just going in with the resin, but it doesn't matter which one you do first. And I'm gonna do a little pea size for this example, but I would probably do more, you know, because I know how much it'll take for this lid. But for this demonstration, I'm gonna do a pea size so you can follow along and just see. So I'm gonna do the same pea size for the hardener. Now you want to mix it equal parts, and I don't measure, I don't weigh or anything like that. I just eyeball it. So to see that they're both equal parts, that's how I measure it. And then I go in and I give it a good mix, probably like 30 seconds to a minute, probably not even that long, but just mixing it enough so that you know that it's incorporated into each other, and let that activate. Another thing I would recommend, I don't know if I said it, is definitely when you are using this glue or any glue for that matter, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So definitely I recommend having some gloves, having some type of ventilation in your room. I have a fan above me. So, and then I'm just probably gonna get like a little desk fan, because I'm not in front of a window, but just so you can have some good ventilation going. So we're just gonna mix this up. I feel like it's pretty incorporated in there. And then a positive thing with this glue, a pro for this glue, is you can definitely mix glitter right into this glue. So before you mix, once you mix whatever, you could just dump some glitter or mica powder, whatever coloring you want to change the glue, you could put it in there. So that's a pro about this Bob Smith glue. I mixed it with, this is like a mini applicator, lip gloss applicator. You could use that. There are the regular lip gloss applicator, or you have these silicone pens. This one is pretty used. They have different ones with like a straight edge, a cornered edge, but you can use these to spread the glue onto your surface. The silicone pens are really good because they're reusable. You just wipe it clean. The lip gloss applicators, you could wipe it clean with a paper towel and get, you know, a couple uses out of it, but it's not gonna last. Get the gist of what I'm saying about mixing it equally. So I'm just gonna spread it. That small amount could cover maybe, probably not half of this lid. So I'm definitely gonna need more. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix myself the proper amount that I need, and then I'll come back. Well, this glue has, it says a 30-minute cure or 30-minute work time. So what that means is I can spread this glue on here in this lid, and I'll have 30 minutes before it starts to thicken or harden. In reality, it'll be maybe after 15-20 minutes, the glue will get really thick, and it's gonna be hard to move around my stones on here. What you want to look for with this glue is, what I like to feel when I apply my stones is that that stone is just snuggling right into the glue. I hope that makes sense, but it's just taking each other. So the glue is settled, the stones are settling in really good to the glue. You know it's on there. Another thing to know about this glue is that it's slippery. So if I was to do the sides of the glue, I would definitely, the sides of the lid with this 2-part epoxy, I would go ahead and do it, but what I would do is complete the sides and I would turn the lid upside down. So you would have to not apply stones to the top. This will have to be bare. You apply your stones, turn it upside down so that it's flat on the surface, so they're not sliding everywhere and they're not, you know, looking crooked or jagged. This glue definitely slides. You definitely have to keep an eye on it. You definitely have to babysit it. It's not like other glues. Some other glues have a really good initial hold. It's not, the stones aren't sliding all over the place. This glue I like to work with if I'm doing like this lid here. It's a large area. I don't have to keep applying. It's not a large area. It's a pretty decent sized area. I don't have to keep applying stones every few lines. I could just lay my glue and then continue putting my stones down. The dry time is really good. So after an hour of me putting these on, these stones will be on there pretty well. I can still maybe move it around slightly, but as far as having them stuck on there, this glue is it. It has a really good hold. Once it's cured, it's on there. It just takes a lot. If it's applied properly, if the glues are applied properly and the stones are applied properly, it takes a lot of elbow grease to get these stones out. Now see, I just put a stone there and I didn't really want to. The thing that I wouldn't recommend about this glue is having to shift your stones too much, because you can pull it up. Let me see, where's my tweezers? I have some tweezers here. If you're gonna try to get it up, I recommend like getting a tweezer. That's gonna be a little hard. Ugh, yeah. Okay, see? So you can do that, or you could get your X-Acto knife and lift it that way and take it off. I don't recommend sliding it because you're just pooling glue, and you know that could affect how you lay in your stones or how it dries. With this glue, and your work time in applying your stones is going to take you more than 30 minutes. I would recommend just going section by section if you want to use this glue. don't spread the whole thing on there if you are just starting out and you apply your stones at a slower pace, because it'll be really hard to maneuver these stones, and I don't think it'll stick as well to the lid. So I said that, you know, this glue and your stone movements is kind of very unforgiving. A good thing about this glue is that you can still move around your stones after 20-30 minutes. You just have to be careful of how you're moving it, again, because you don't want your glue to pool, and you don't want to pull glue that you need from one area and have less glue in one area and more glue in the next. So you just have to be careful of how you maneuver your stones. But if you need to, if you made a mistake and you have to take a stone off, you still have that time to get the stone off of the lid. People say it's very intimidating. I'm scared to use it. I don't know how to use it. I was like that the first time I saw the glue, because it wasn't like any other glue that I saw. Like, you know, a glue that comes straight out the bottle. You just squeeze it, put it on there. There's work you have to put into this glue, and you have to make sure that it's right. So I could understand why it would be intimidating. But once you get a hold of it, you know, it's actually a really good glue. I love just being able to spread it on there and work. You know, this glue is really good for if you're doing like a scatter method cut or a scatter method surface. You have 30 minutes to place those stones. And if you know scatter method, you know that there's not really like a rhyme or reason to how you place your stone. You just get it on there. So it's a nice work through. You don't have to keep squeezing the area and hurrying up before that area, you know, starts to dry. You can just work, you know, the time that you have to work, and you can work in that section. So if you know that a certain, see, there we go. If you know that a certain section takes you like 20 minutes, you would be able to use this glue and get a really large section done in a shorter time, because you don't have to stop to keep applying glue. So I'm hoping that I'm answering some questions or just setting your mind at ease about the glue. If you have any more questions, definitely please put it in the comments. If there's something you want to see, put it in the comments. I have something here. I don't know what that is. This is actually, this is also a really great tool to have rhinestone, and you definitely have some tweezers on hand and an X-Acto knife. So now that I'm getting closer into the middle section of this lid, I can feel the resistance I'm getting from the glue. So it's starting to harden a little, but I still have room to move my stones around. It's just not as easily as when I started the outer row. So I know that my time is coming close to when I'll be able to easily work on this surface. completed with that lid, and it took us less than 30 minutes to get this done. So we still have some wiggle room in there, but if you apply your stones a little slower, you still will have time. You just will start to feel that resistance of the glue. After about 15 minutes, you would still have some, you'll feel resistance after about 15 minutes, but after those 15 minutes, you'll still have some time to work and apply your glue, and you'll be fine. So just definitely take your time. If you want to start on a small surface, this is pretty small for me, but you know, there's other small items that you can work on. Definitely start with the smallest amount of glue. Just remember that when you're measuring your glue, you have to use both parts. So you use a small piece size of both and try on a small area just to get acclimated with the glue, just to get a feel for it, and then you can move on to bigger surfaces. This is definitely a glue that I do recommend. Don't be afraid of it. If you're a beginner, definitely try it out. Only way that you're gonna learn it is if you practice. This glue you can find, I found this one in Hobby Lobby, but I'll link where you can find it. I believe you can get it on Amazon, or directly from their website. This is a really great glue. So this is a conclusion of our first episode in our series of Everything Glues. Next, I think we'll do Gem Tack. Gem Tack is another really great glue that I love, and it's easier to use than the two-part epoxy glue. So we'll get into it in the next series of Everything Glue. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead, don't forget to subscribe, put on a notification bell, and if you have any questions, definitely please feel free to leave in the comments, or if you want to DM me, I'm usually on my Instagram DM at Amandala Creations Co. So go ahead and leave your questions, suggestions, and I'll definitely go ahead and put it in a YouTube video. Thanks for watching.